Welcome back to another episode here on my channel. This is my Pirates podcast. It's been miserable, to say the least, this season. Last week there wasn't an episode. I didn't make one because I was just busy. And of course they rattle off this historic 6-game win streak at home. They swept the Mets and Cardinals. And it turns into oh my gosh, maybe they can actually try to get to 500, maybe push 500 at the All-Star break if they can rattle off some games. Well, then the road trip started, everybody, and it turned into I don't want to say a bad word here, but crap. It turned into garbage. Swept by the Mariners. All shutouts. They went from shutting out the Cardinals 3 games in a row to getting shut out 3 games in a row. Then they went to Kansas City, got blown out in the first game, and then the next 2 games they lost 4-3, one in a walk-off fashion and one in the 8th inning to a Salvador Perez home run. And at the time of me making this, they just lost game 1 to the Twins last night, 2-1, in another game where Paul Skenes only allows 2 runs. It was just off a homer, still pitched really good, and the offense just doesn't know how to hit a baseball. They don't know what to do. They got a double from IKF. Cool. You have to do more. This episode's kind of just going to be a tangent, and I feel like people just love watching tangents today, and they don't like seeing actual stats, like saying like why this team could be something. It clearly is not something right now. I have concerns. Today we're going to talk about a couple topics, and we're going to start with Paul Skenes here. Paul Skenes has been awesome. Amazing. I absolutely, though, hate if this is what it's for, why he's being taken out early in games. I understand worrying about his innings. I understand worrying about his pitch count. Sure, it is a lost season. This season sucks. But there's been reports saying from the GM on the local radio station that they're doing this to kind of just preserve his chance to pitch in the All-Star game. Now, cool, I want to see Paul Skenes pitch in the All-Star game. But this team stinks. What does it say to your clubhouse? What does it say to some of the bats that might actually be trying if you're taking out a pitcher just so he can maybe pitch in the All-Star game? That's a losing culture to me. This team has always had a losing culture this season. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But why are we doing that? Just to preserve a guy to pitch in the All-Star game that means absolutely nothing towards the regular season anymore. It doesn't mean home field advantage, not like the Pirates would need that in the World Series anyway, because they're not going to make the World Series anytime soon with this ownership or general manager in charge. Or it doesn't mean anything for the Pirates in the perspective of if they get a win or a loss. The only positive it brings is positive PR Pittsburgh land. Congratulations to the guys on Federal Street. You guys get a golden star for making sure your guy pitches 1 inning in the All-Star game. Maybe 2. It looks like Skenes might be the starter because Zach Wheeler, I think, probably deserved to be the starter because he was pitching really good. Skenes has the better ERA, but Zach Wheeler has been dominant this year. I would have started Zach Wheeler, no offense to Paul Skenes. I think both are amazing, and I can't believe I'm saying this. But I think now that Zach Wheeler's bowed out of the All-Star game just to focus on the second half because the Phillies are in a playoff race, I think Paul Skenes is going to start the All-Star game and probably get like 2 innings. But that's the difference between 2 organizations. One organization is managing innings, maybe for an All-Star game. It looks like that. From what Paul Skenes said, it's just for his workload. I think it's for other things. I think it's so they can get their guy in the All-Star game. I think a lot of people think that. And then the Phillies, on the other hand, have guys bowing out of the All-Star game to focus on the second half. Take a break. A winning culture versus a losing culture. That's the difference what we see here between the Pirates and Phillies. And the Pirates on a lot of teams. A winning culture versus a losing culture. Now, am I happy that Skenes is in the All-Star game? Heck yeah, I am. Am I happy he's probably going to start in the All-Star game? Heck yeah, I am. Why would I not be happy? What I'm not happy about is the way it looks like it's happening is his pitch counts are being limited and he's getting taken out of the games. Like the last game, not against the Twins, it was against the Mariners. He's dominantly pitching. It was an amazing start. They take him out. He had like 78 pitches. What happens? The next inning. Carl Mlodzinski allows a solo home run. They lose. I think the final score was 1-0 too. That's a losing culture. I don't care if the team is out of it. I want to win games. I want to enjoy the Pirates. I want to watch a team win. I want to see them try to win. Not limit pitch counts because it's a lost year. Not limit pitch counts because we stink. Not limit pitch counts just so guys can pitch in a meaningless All-Star game. I'm just asking the question, what do you think that means towards a clubhouse that already is probably so negative if their ace, and I would say best player by far on that team, is being taken out of games to limit his pitch count? This is something limiting pitch counts I understand last year. I understand in the minor leagues. Well, per se, he did all the minor leagues in his first rookie year last year altogether. But he's now in year 2. Why are we still worried about pitch counts? Sure, injuries, and you don't want to get injured in a lost season and lose them all next year, and then you have the lockout possibly in the next year after that. But how many more times are you going to get to watch Paul Skenes pitch in a Pirates uniform, hypothetically? We know they aren't extending this guy. We know he's good as gone. Why do we have to limit him? I understand, sure. I understand arguments like maybe some people want to see him in the All-Star game pitch. Some people probably just are worried they don't want him to get hurt. I understand that as well. I don't want Paul Skenes to get injured. That would completely derail everything. But pitch counts at this point, it's just a losing culture. It really is. Moving on. Let's talk about Oneil Cruz in the Home Run Derby. I, for one, am excited about this. But this is going to be more of a tangent, too. Not about the team, about the negativity that I see on social media about this guy making the All-Star game. I understand Oneil Cruz, for some reason, is this problematic baseball player to Pirates fans everywhere. Pirates fans love to hate this guy. I don't know what it is. You have radio hosts calling him lazy, low IQ. You had another radio host saying he needs a brain transplant. Why? Why do we do this to the Pirates' best chances? Why? And then you have fans just laughing about it, being like, haha, this is so funny. Why? Why do we do this to our best players? And you have fans, like you go on social media, casual fans. They only read batting average. That's the only stat some people know how to read. Batting average. They see 208. Sure. That isn't where I want Oneil Cruz's batting average to be, everybody. It should not be there. He was on fire to start this year, and it has completely just kind of gone haywire, you could say. Oneil Cruz deserves some dislike, I guess, for his batting average. Go right ahead. But you can't dismay 16 home runs, 37 ribbies. He has 29 stolen bases. He has a chance to be a 30-30 baseball player this year. He could still do that. 16 home runs in one half. Maybe you get 15 in the next half. He's one stolen base away from 30. He has an OPS at the 728 level, one of the highest on the team. If you're an OPS of 700s, I think you're a pretty good baseball player. And then you have people calling him low IQ and lazy. He had one moment this year that I can remember on the base paths where he just jogged out a ground out, double play, and he was benched. Good. Sure, I'm happy about that because it's like you're actually promoting you need to be trying on the baseball field, but then the next day he's actually running out outs. He's running things out. He had to play at PNC Park where the ball got past him in center field. That was bad too. People bring up his fielding too still. They're like, oh yeah, he can't field for anything. That doesn't work anymore, guys. I hate the whole argument that Oneil Cruz stinks because he can't play the outfield. I hear this from radio hosts. I hear this from social media. It doesn't work anymore. On my baseball savant right now, I'm reading this off my phone. Fielding run value, 79th percentile, which is pushing great in baseball. He has a 3 in fielding run value, which is 79th percentile. And if you're all, what's a red bubble? Why should I care about red and blue bubbles? Well, he has a maroon bubble, if that means anything to anyone else. And that means, sure, he's having an awesome year when it comes to fielding. Sure, he's had some negatives, but there's been positives that are just being ignored because they don't want to see a guy succeed. They don't. And in a season of complete negatives that have been garbage and it's been miserable to watch, why, whenever there's something positive to cheer about, why must we do this to our best players? Why? Go ahead, get mad, say, oh yeah, well he strikes out all the time. That's just the player he is. He's gonna hit home runs, he's gonna strike out. This is just Ellie De La Cruz. Him and Ellie De La Cruz are the same guy. Ellie De La Cruz struck out a lot last year, too. On his Savant page, they're actually compared to each other. Similar batters, 2024 Ellie De La Cruz. 2024 Ellie is compared to 2025 Oneil. They're literally just the same guy. I think Ellie might be a little bit better. I can't believe I said that with my Cruz jersey in the background, but, still, you gotta be realistic. You have fans saying, yelling at fans about Oneil Cruz. People are like, there's so many Oneil Cruz defenders on the internet. Why can't we be a fan of a player? Why can't we enjoy something? I love how angry I'm getting with this because, this season's just been a mess, and I'm trying to just enjoy something out of this. Now, I didn't even get to the point. I just wanted to get all that out. Oneil Cruz gets in the home run derby. I'm excited about this. 16 home runs. He has probably some of the least of all the contestants. But he's the StatCast guy. Exit velocity. And to some fans, exit velocity means nothing to some fans. It means nothing, I guess. I mean, 100th percentile in average exit velo, 100th percentile in barrel rate, 99th in hard hit percentage, 100th in bat speed. He hits the ball hard and far when it makes contact. It means nothing, I guess. Well, the league sees it and wants him in the home run derby. And I hate the arguments. People are like, and it's the casual guys that are like, he shouldn't be anywhere near the All-Star game. Why is he at the All-Star game? Why is he there? First of all, why would you not want the Pirates being representative with a player on the national spotlight like the home run derby? Enjoy it, because you're not going to get... It's very rare. The last one was Josh Bell. It's very rare. Enjoy it. And B, to all the fans saying he shouldn't be anywhere near an All-Star game, this isn't an All-Star game. It is not. I see fans all the time on Facebook, Facebook's even the worst for these types of fans, that think the All-Star game, the home run derby is an immediate All-Star game selection. It is not. It is literally just batting practice. They go out and hit baseballs for fun. They go out and try to win a trophy for fun. It's entertaining for the fans. Personally, I want to see the guys that can hit the ball long. I want to see guys that can hit the ball hard in the home run derby. Personally. And also, a lot of players just say no because they don't want to do the home run derby. Be negative all you want. But let's not take it out on the guys that have been somewhat enjoyable or somewhat of a light on this season. Sure, he's a league leader almost in strikeouts. Sure, he's batting close to 200. But can we just enjoy something? The only thing, positively I don't even know how I'm saying now. Positively enjoyable, that is, has been Paul Skenes. But can we please enjoy someone making the home run derby without people saying, the very original joke, he's going to be the first guy to strike out in the home run derby, har, 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 a.k.a. Mark Madden, not to drop any names. This is how mad I'm getting about this. You have, they do it for rage bait too, and it might be working here. Because why can't? It's become, don't be mad at the organization. This season, and this, let's go into the third topic, has gone into fans versus fans, where they just want to hate on each other. I see fans on social media of the Pirates calling people members of the Pirate State propaganda. There's fans out there that actually think fans are paid by the team to post positive things. Is that how miserable it has gotten for Pirates fans this year? The team is not good. They are about to be 20 games under 500 if they lose this game tonight, which I honestly, I hate to see the Pirates lose, but I'm kind of rooting for a 9-game losing streak going in the homestand. You might ask why. I want the best chance possible to get this GM fired at the break. Because I don't want this guy running a trade deadline. And it turns into a, like, going to the fan versus fan thing. I hate it. Why are we tearing each other down? The team stinks. If you don't want to be on social media supporting the team, why are you? What's the point? Why do you have to take it out on other fans that might just be enjoying baseball just for the fun of watching baseball? And they're just Pirates fans because they're either from the Pittsburgh area or they just love some players in the Pirates. Maybe they're just a diehard Paul Skenes fan. Maybe they're just a diehard Oneil Cruz fan, a diehard Andrew McCutchen fan. Why are we taking it out on each other? There's more people to be mad at. Sure, you can be mad at people being overly positive about things, like posting a statistic being like, wow, this was an awesome prospect type of thing. And then you see people in the comments saying, well, he's going to suck. Well, you shouldn't be happy. Well, you shouldn't be thinking about this because he's not going to mean anything. Why? Take your anger to ownership. Take your anger to the general manager. Take your anger to the front office. Not to each other. This is where the state of this season has been. Like, I should be making an episode right now talking about the draft, talking about the trade deadline, even though I kind of already did that. But, like, it's turned into a miserable season where, like, fans are just, like, hating on each other. What else are you, like, what a year this has been for the Pirates, and we're only halfway through. Like, I could totally want this season to just be cut in half and just forfeit the rest of the season, because I don't want to watch it anymore. Because it's just become so negative to watch. The team stinks. The fan base is at a war with each other. It's hilarious to see on social media every day. It's like fans just going after each other, calling them out, being like, you guys, like I see it all the time. You're a member of the Pirate State propaganda, because they think it's actually a thing. I'm just going to say it right here. I'm not paid by the Pirates. So if you think I'm a member of the Pirate State propaganda, I hate to break it to you, I am not paid by the team. I bought that jersey, I bought that jersey, I bought that one, I bought that one, I bought this hat, I bought this shirt. If I was a member of that, they'd be giving me all that for free, I would hope. Now, I guess there's not really anything else I really want to talk. I got through my big topics. I got through the team stinking. I got through the Paul Skenes debacle. I got through Oneil Cruz debacle. Am I really forgetting anything? I don't know. Maybe the draft. If there's a guy I'm looking at, like, I don't really know if they're going to pick who I want. Because, honestly, this draft doesn't really excite me as much as the past ones. Because they're not going to pick what a lot of people want, I don't think. People want a bat. If there is a pitcher there, I think they go pitcher. If I'm giving my quick prediction, I'm actually going to think they might land a bat here. I'm going to go Arquette out of Oregon State. I don't really enjoy the pick that much, but he's the best college bat available on most of these mocks. I think he could be the guy. However, I'm not really intrigued by it, if it makes any sense. But yeah. That was more of a tangent episode. If you liked it, leave a like on the video. It would mean a lot. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. I post these every so often for just my Pirates fandom to keep it separate from the channel. And then I also post some baseball content. That's going to be kind of ramping up a lot more, especially with the trade deadline. Maybe do some draft recaps for some of my favorite picks. So make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. Hit the bell for notifications. We're getting very close to 500 subscribers. it will mean a lot if 400 subscribers. We're not even close to 500. But it will mean a lot if we get there sometime. I would like to maybe hit 400 maybe by the end of the season. That would be awesome. But yeah, make sure to comment down below your thoughts if you're miserable as much as us Pirates fans. Because we stink. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll be back soon, probably next week for another one of these, where we will probably be looking at the draft and maybe other stuff. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.